Hi, welcome to my channel.
Guys, we're going to keep going on this demo sheet. I've got two more forms I want to render for you guys. We're going to use the same technique. As you recall, we're going to go in with two values of color, and then we'll come back in with some sort of reflection, reflective detail. All right, I'm going to go ahead and render up the colors black and a warm color red. All right, so let's start off with the black, just to kind of shock things up a little bit. All right, so again, here's the basic form. And what you want to do is you want to collect the colors that you're going to use for black. As I said previously, obviously the main color, which is black, and then you want to flank both sides of it with a light cool gray and a dark cool gray. And what these do is they serve as sort of our gradients to help us move away from the black to a lighter value, okay, which is catching light. And then at some point we're going to bring in some color, and I'm going to bring in the cerulean blue again. Again, that's my favorite, and I'll show you how that's going to work, okay? So let's go ahead and pull these markers away. We'll keep with the black because that's our main color. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same technique. Take your sheet of paper, flip it over, okay? Uncork the broad nib, and what you're going to do is take a look at the contour, okay? Now, what we have here are some contour lines. We have a section line through the middle, and that's going to be enough information to tell us what we're going to be doing, all right? So, since this surface is fairly flat and straight, I'm going to bring my main color all the way down to the bottom, okay, just like that. And I'm going to keep that nice and straight because I really don't see any sort of severe changes in direction of the contour. And then remember how we were doing the sort of reflective detail on the curved shapes? I'm going to go ahead and put one here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and skip over on this side. This side is going to be pretty much the same thing. There's going to be some sort of reflective detail here, and then we're just going to go ahead and just put a little reflection going up towards the back. All right. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to move in the direction where we can start to create a gradient, okay, towards the black. So I recommend going in with your cool gray markers, again cool gray 5 and a 7, and these are going to give us more than enough gradient. So I'm going to go ahead and take my 7. Again, now we're still working on the back side, all right? And let me zoom in so we can really kind of see what's happening with the marker technique and how it's blending, working together, okay? And we'll just kind of keep the other views in place here so we have reference. So I'm going to go in with the 7, and notice what I'm doing. I'm going right in to the black, okay, right into, I mean just above it, I'm sorry. And what this is really representing is the core. This is what's happening with that surface as it's coming around. It's actually coming around to the darkest part, okay? So that's done with the number 7. And then I'll come back over with the number 5 and create a gradient down into the black or into the white, okay? And what that does is kind of creating this kind of horizon effect, okay? And as that sky tone moves back, it's going to kind of create a gradient going back towards the background into the reflected light area, okay? So the best way to do that is to come back and just do horizontal strokes, and then also reduce the weight of your line until you go back into the white area here, which is the reflected light, okay? On this side, we're going to do the same thing, but we're not going to go quite as dark in here because this is the number 3 side. We're going to take that same number 5 cool gray marker, and we'll come at the very top of that surface and come towards the horizon, okay? You see how that's kind of worked out to a nice kind of a shade of gray? That's what we were looking for, okay? Now, we used our number 7 here. We used our number 5 here. The question is, why did we use the blue? Why do we bring in the blue? Now, the blue is really important because you have to remember that this is absorbing sort of the night sky, right? So what you want to do is to kind of liven up this dark value, you want to come back in and you want to shade it with a little bit of that dark blue, okay? You see how that is kind of giving you the feeling of like a midnight sky? And you're going to do the same thing right in here. That's the sky tone going back, okay? And as you go back, you also want to create some sort of a slow gradient going back, okay? and you don't need to bring the blue into this area. That's plenty, got plenty of gradient through there, okay? Again, cool gray 7, cool gray 5, black, black, okay? And then you come back over to the cerulean blue. You maintain the highlight because that's where it's catching the light, all right? And what's left? Turn it over. So you have the back, so you have the front side. Now what you do, just like we did with the previous rendering, you come in with the main color. And let me use the bullet nose so we have a little more control. All right, come in here. See, did you see that reflection get really strong in here? So all we're going to do is we're going to trace back over where we put the hard reflection. And we're going to do the same thing here. Hard reflection and trace back over. Okay. And then when you're done, come back over with your Sharpie pen. Okay. And I like using the fine nib, and you can pardon me as I flip over my canvas. I'm going to come over and clean that up. All right. Now, I thought I had a little more time for the red video. I'm going to cover that in another video, but let's zoom in so we can take a closer look at where we're at. Okay. And it's just kind of like pull down and see how we apply this technique, right? Okay, now there are some differences, right? But it's essentially the same technique. We're still reflecting the sky. Okay, not so much the earth tone, but look at that. So that's how you would render a black object, all right, or something that's colored black. Now we can definitely put some more reflections, but I think that this is enough. You don't want to confuse the form, and we've maintained a highlight along this edge, a very soft highlight. We have sky tone, and then we have the black, and then we double up with the black on the very top. Very important to double up on that value, okay? So in my next video, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to approach this one, which has some added features, okay? And we're going to use red, all right? So we'll see you at the next video.